My ears. My ears are embracing hope. I swear, she's telling me secrets in the faintest whispers. My skin crawls as I pace the room, only to be followed closely by emotionless eyes. Knowing that to stay here in the presence of my sin would surely cause me to go mad, I resolve to move the corpse. Resisting the urge to kiss her undoubtedly ice-cold lips, I wrapped the remains neatly in the blood-soaked linens of the bed and bound her with what various lengths of rope I can find. Even as I dragged the body through the corridors of the house and down the flight of stairs that leads to the basement, I am still in denial. This is all an elaborate prank. I'm going to re-enter the bedroom to the sounds of laughter and happiness. We got you! They'll scream. Jesus, this body is heavy. And where in this dingy dark basement am I going to store a goddamn dead body? I think I remember seeing an axe down here. If the body was smaller, I could shove it underneath the loose bricks in the floor. On the brink of absolute hysteria, I raced back to the upper floor and latched the door, forever sealing my dear Annabelle in a final resting place. With my back to the heavy oak of the ancient door, I let myself slide down to the floor and try to collect myself once more. Muffled screams echo the halls, sure only to be my very dead lover come back to life. Howling, as she grapples with the restraints that bound her body, she will race up the stairs and into my arms, showering me with kisses of forgiveness. I can no longer handle this place of terror. Not certain of where I am to go. I must only be sure that I run far, far away from here. After all, they'll be here soon. My feet cannot move fast enough. I have no clue where I am. I only know that I've been running for so long that I can barely breathe. Sweat is pouring down my face, and mixed with the tears that have not let up for what feels like hours, I can no longer see more than a few feet in front of me. If only my body would just stop convulsing, then maybe my mind would be able to rest and figure out how the hell this happened. Why did I kill Annabelle? How could these hands have slain the only thing I ever truly loved? Well, besides my art, my sketches, nobody could ever take that from me. Not even myself. They will live on inside me forever. I guess I would have an easier time coming to the grips with Annabelle's death, if not for the fact that she's been right next to me for the entirety of my run since leaving the house. Has her voice always been so monotone, distorted? This is not the voice of an angel that I've shared conversation, laughter, and song with for so many years. A beautiful voice that I longed for every day. As I amble from the nightmares, all I can think about is how I wish she would just shut her mouth. Why is she here? Her insistence is starting to make me believe she deserved what happened to her. Sure, she was ravishing, stunning actually, but that does not mean that she lived without faults. None of those are coming to mind right now. But believe me, they were there. Maybe if I just tell her what she wants to hear, then she would leave me the hell alone. The only problem is that I'm not sure I know how to live without that Annabelle. She was the love of my life. I haven't slept alone in nearly a decade. What if I try to fall asleep and just lie there with eyes staring at the ceiling until my heart gives out and join her in death? Annabelle is the kind of beauty you marry and cherish for the rest of your life. Not the kind of memory that you bury in the bottom of your soul. Or worse, the bricks beneath the basement of your house. Still, the more I run and think and run, I can only draw one conclusion. She asked for it. Her poison lips kissed me one too many times and caused me to go insane. That's right. An hour ago, I would have thought I was crazy to believe such a bizarre theory. But now, in the setting sun with the soft rain beating upon my already saturated face, the cold air stinging my nostrils with every breath, my aching legs carrying me closer to what I now see is a town on the horizon, I am forcing myself to believe this one and only possible truth. Leave me alone, Annabelle. You got what you deserved. If you're looking for peace, resolution, fine. I did it all for you. It was all for you. You are the only girl I ever dreamed of. Are you satisfied? The depths of a man's soul cannot be measured at a matter of meters of fathoms, but rather it is, in my opinion, only quantified by its proximity to heaven and hell. It was in such a state that I ushered myself past the town tavern, bursting at the seams with the sounds of laughter and drunken piano playing. Had it only been a different night, a different place, or a different kind of man passing by a threshold of that innocent pub, the events that transpired at that point would have undoubtedly been drastically different. I can only guess if anyone outside that place had a clue when those exclamations of mirth became the desperate screams of the helpless, begging for their very lives. The pub doors hammered shut behind me as I struggled to steady my breathing and walk casually up to the bar. My eyes dart from one patron to another, trying to ascertain whether or not they had seen me lock the door as I'd enter. It seems that everyone of the townsfolk here tonight have been enjoying themselves quite a bit, giving the loud and indiscernible speech that is stumbling out of each and every mouth in the room. I order a whiskey, but merely trace my finger around the rim of the glass as I take in the layout of the place and achieve an accurate head count of those present. Ah yes, 7. What a lucky number, 7. I have always wondered why that number was considered to bring good fortune. Maybe it is something that has been traded off from one religion to another, over the years. Or perhaps it dates all the way back to the Mayan sun calendar. Either way, I almost bark at a laugh as I think of how very unlucky these particular 7 are on this special evening. With that, I rise from my seat and calmly walk over to the man I have chosen to be the first. The first step towards my recovery. The first step towards my ultimate ascent. The first step I will take in my quest to reunite with my lover. But not my first kill. Oh no. That distinction belongs to Annabelle. I can feel my skin tingling as this poor soul's red-rimmed eyes try to focus on the figure that now stands before him. The miscreant seems to be on the cusp of opening his mouth and questioning me as to what my business is, when I swiftly and unceremoniously unsheath my blade and slash his throat with such a ferocity that he spins a full 180 degrees before falling to the poorly crafted wooden floor. One by one, the unlucky 7 shall fall. Their only crime on this day was to stumble into the exact tavern mere moments before I arrived. Should I really be doing this? After all, these people have not done anything to me to deserve this punishment. Oh well, I'll let God sort out the mess. Besides, I have to speed this up and get back to my glass of whiskey. Annabelle, my love, it seems I'm going crazy without you. In hindsight, I realize that if I had never tipped my head back to swallow the last drops of that cheap whiskey, I would never have caught a glimpse of the man who had seen everything as he quietly escapes from the balcony.